Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. It is Social Authority Live. And I got a guest with me today. I got Uncle Charles at the Hub. What's up, bro? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a great friend, such a great supporter all these years. And we've got some pretty cool stuff to talk about, so let's jump right into it. So you got Wholesaling Live coming in October in San Antonio. Explain to the people what that is and why they need to be there.
So Wholesaling Live is 3.0, 2025. We did Wholesaling Live 2022, 2023.
Yep.
I had an idea that I wanted to create an event for the people, where the people would be involved in the action and bring really good sponsors who could provide massive value. And we accomplished that in 2022 and 2023. And we didn't do 2024, but we're fixing to do 2025. And right now, we already have a massive lineup.
It's incredible.
It's an incredible lineup
But
that
what
we have.
names can I name? What names can I drop?
Well, to start off, the keynote is going to be the man himself, Pace Morby.
Pace Morby, who's just been an unbelievable advocate for the entire industry. And I mean, his style of creative financing has changed the way people do investing, not just in real estate, but across the board, through business and acquisitions, into real estate, into creative financing deals with no money down. And again, some people, it's not their investment thesis. That's fine. Yeah. But that has nothing to do with the fact that Pace has been an advocate of people being entrepreneurs, great husbands and spouses and wives out there pursuing their dreams as investors and entrepreneurs and being successful. He's one of the best ever to do it.
Well, when we started to talk about doing Wholesaling Live again, and I was like, man, this has to be the biggest, best Wholesaling Live ever. And who better to bring to Texas than Pace Morby? And, I reached out to him by text, and I sent him a video, and he was so gracious enough to say, email my assistant, Brittany. And it got done. So we're very fortunate to have him.
He's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy has been giving back to the game for many years, and it's no surprise that he's successful and that everybody has good things to say about him because he goes out there and he does the work and he sets the standard. And so, he is the heavyweight champion of that division.
He's the guy. But we haven't announced the whole lineup, but I can tell you this right now, we have two gentlemen that we've already announced that are both from the ground up, $1 million men, I call them, because they built $1 million businesses, which is, and personally, Nick Perry.
Yep. I love Nick. Nick's one of the OGs in the wholesaling space too. I remember seeing him at the old commercial apartment events. Then he was at all the wholesaling events, all the events with so many different people. And I've brought him on stage before, and we've broken bread many times, many years. And again, it's just an advocate of people going out there and being entrepreneurs and being successful. He embodies it.
And we have Logan Fulmer.
I love Logan.
Yeah.
I think Logan's underrated right
Dude,
now.
The thing about Logan Fulmer is that
Logan Fulmer's underrated.
He is on the rise, man.
He is.
And he's been very quiet for many years, but this guy is on the rise.
He also, listen, he focuses on doing the work. And so, I mean, he's kind of quiet because he's not a braggadocious kind of dude. So I get what you mean. But he's loud about doing deals.
Oh, he does.
And that's what he needs to be loud about. And that's why I love that guy. He stays in his lane. He executes. He finds properties. He finds deals. He finds ways to partner with people. He helps people get deals. I've done his event 2 years now. I mean, his event's growing.
Oh, yeah. He had a beautiful event up here in Dallas, I think, this past year. But yeah, so he'll be there. There's a few other people that I can drop right now, but I want to.
We got to keep it professional.
But
we got to
right
keep
now,
it cozy.
I need to drop this name. Mr. Pat Hilton will be emceeing Wholesaling Live, and that is a massive, massive accomplishment for Wholesaling Live, man. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me, bro. And I mean, this whole thing that I have at my house, it's all possible because real estate, folks. And the beautiful thing about that is it's my house. It's a piece of real estate.
It's a beautiful house.
All the money that anybody ever spent on Pat Hilton and his company, being the MC at real estate events and learning from the Cardones at real estate events all the way to now has been put into building a place where people can put their message out there. Because the one thing that worked for me was videos like this, having conversations with people, getting better, learning what I'm great at and how to leverage that. Because I think there's so many people with so many strengths out there, and we want to give them a voice. And that's what you're doing this year at this event, is you're giving a voice to the people that need it, because this is how we change the future of entrepreneurship, is by becoming the voice of the future now.
That's exactly right. You know, we have, there's a lot of beautiful events, really awesome events across the nation that happen every single year. I know you've emceed so many of them. The thing about Wholesaling Live is, what I wanted to create was an event for those individuals who felt they were scared to do it, who maybe took a knee, who want another chance, who want to have that experience live. And it's a great event. We've had a lot of beginners, intermediate, and even people that I consider masters of the art come to Wholesaling Live and do deals live. And this year, what we're going to be doing, not only are we going to be doing deals live, Pat, because we do this on the first day and the second day, and each time we've done over $1 million in contracts. But this time, we're going to dispo live.
So you're going to have, who are you going to have for that?
Well, we're going to announce that soon.
I have a guess, but I didn't want to jump the gun.
Let's keep it private, but I'm going to tell you right now, we are going to dispo live, guys. So we're going to host a live.
That's sick.
We're going to dispo live. We're going to have a title company there for the first time, receiving contracts. We're going to dispo on contingency, so that people know when they leave Wholesaling Live, they're going to know where they're going to walk away with money. And so that's the biggest thing about this year. Not only are you going to come and have an experience, you're not only going to come listen to great speakers, great networking. You're going to have sponsors that are going to be giving away trials that you can use for your business. But it's the experience of Wholesaling Live and dispoing live and seeing it all happen all at once. Imagine a whole event center, everybody functioning, a contract desk, a comping desk, people on the floor. You raise your hand. If you get stuck, a closer comes, helps you close the deal.
So let me explain it. For the people that don't know what he's saying, here's what it is. So at our events, when we do our thing, we get people to come up here and film their videos. They're the star of the show. Right? And so this is the same thing you're doing at this event. So this event is based on the audience is making calls, they're calling leads, they're closing contracts, they're getting tutored in their ear as they're on the phone. You might see, 10, 20, 30 people close their first deal at this event.
That happens.
Because the audience is the star of the show. And this is something that Charles has done his entire career that's different from a lot of people, is he is client focused. And I know that might sound so weird, but I think that some people are so transactions focused that they forget to be client focused, because the client is what raises your standard and your execution, because you have to tailor what you do to the customer and to the client. And so many people want to tailor what they do to the transaction process, not the fulfillment process. And you know more than anybody, it doesn't matter how many contracts you sign, it's how many deals you're able to close.
How many you close, that's what matters. I'm going to tell you something, what we're going to be doing this year. Not only are we bringing in PPC companies who want to show you what they do live. So PPC companies that we've been contacting, they're going to show you that they're going to do this live. They're going to get leads live. Not only that, this will be the first year, Pat, and I think I showed you. I showed you already. I just showed Pat something we've been working on for a year and a half. We are going to use AI to get live leads at Wholesaling Live, guys. Now, I can't explain how that whole function works, but imagine thousands of people getting contacted with AI and people responding live. That's what's going to happen at Wholesaling Live. You're going to have leads. You're going to have PPC, PPL, SEO leads, and AI leads, guys, coming in. That's what we're doing at Wholesaling Live.
Dude, it's crazy. And I actually just saw on his computer what he's talking about. Now, obviously, I kind of got a big mouth, so I got to watch what I say sometimes. But you've essentially created a system that helps streamline the process.
We did. So I got very, very lucky. In January 2024, after doing Wholesaling Live 2023, my company split. And I was having to reevaluate what I was doing. I got very lucky that some gentlemen came to see me, and I've always helped people what happened, actually, I had helped somebody 7 years ago keep their house. I helped a mother keep her house. And one of her kids grew up to be one of the top AI guys in the United States. Yeah. And they were looking for something to do. And I was just the guy that said yes. I invested the money and a lot of my content, and they built a custom-built AI GPT, like ChatGPT, but it's for real estate. It's custom. It gets data. It's so awesome.
Dude, I was literally just on his keyboard typing stuff in that would like someone just coming into the game would type, because I wanted it to read my inputs as a different user than yours, because you're way more advanced than me, and that's fine. Yeah. But I know what questions to ask as a beginner because I'm still kind of a beginner, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, so I asked this thing all these questions, and it's like boom, 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 boom. And as someone who uses ChatGPT, because, I mean, we run a social media company. We're constantly, what's the best script? This needs to perform against Alex Hormozi and Gary Vaynerchuk. What's the best way to do this? You know what I mean? Yep. Give me this kind of feedback. And so this thing is not like ChatGPT, because ChatGPT learns from like Google and YouTube and all these other things and pulls from that data. This data was completely different. It was catered to actual real estate investors. I mean, yeah. And again, I don't want to disclose too much, but it was pulling up to even people's phone numbers.
Okay. All right, so guys.
All right, I'm done.
So I've been
very
lucky.
But dude, that's crazy cool.
I've learned a lot about AI, but I can't build it. What I want to say, it's different prompting an AI. But I got really lucky. Some folks actually wanted to work with someone, and I was just the guy that said yes, because they had gone to other people, actually. I always said yes. I made the investment, and they built the custom-built, what we call real estate GPT. It's fixing to launch here this month softly, but at Wholesale Live, we're really going to launch the whole thing. And you guys really need to be there, because you're going to be totally blown away. Not only is it knowledge-based, it knows everything about real estate, but it can pull data, and there's no GPT right now that can pull live data.
It's crazy dope,
and it can pull buyer data.
It was crazy dope. Yeah. I was asking it to pull like some pretty specific stuff, and it was doing it.
Yeah.
In Plano, Texas, which is different from San Antonio. Yeah, I was impressed, because I was trying to kind of break it. You know what I mean?
I know you were. And we're going to give you access so you can try to break it. You know,
I want to try and break it, dude.
So that's what's going to be happening at Wholesale Live, guys. It's just not coming. It's not a boot camp. It's not a workshop. It's an actual event where you are the event. You, the people, are the event. I love that. And you're going to get involved. There's going to be massive networking. You're going to have the opportunity to make money, but you're going to have the opportunity to see how systems work live. And for the first time, I believe it's the first time, we're not teaching you to prompt. We're going to show you a system that you will be able to use in your business, not only for knowledge base, but to pull data and zero in on selling properties. That's what we're going to be doing at Wholesale Live.
And I want to always get back to the fundamentals. When you pull data like this, whether it gives you an address or a phone or whatever the thing gives you, right? Your whole goal as an entrepreneur is to create a relationship. Mm-hmm. How do I create a relationship with this person? If Brandon from Plano, or whatever the person's name is, never does business with me ever, it doesn't matter. As long as that person says, man, I got to tell you, man, when I talk to Charles, or I talk to Pat, or I talk to RJ, or whoever, that guy really does a good job. And while it's not for me, I think it would be great for you. Well, and that is what the social authority, that's what it means. When people have conversations outside of the internet, they're trying to determine if they're going to do business with someone or not. Yeah. And so what you see on the internet is always different from what you hear in an actual conversation. So don't be fooled by huge follower counts or likes or comments or whatever. It's what people say when you're not around that matters. And people like Charles have an impeccable record because they've treated people well for decades.
Well, I've taken a few knees.
We all have.
But, you guys, you got to learn how to get back up. You can take a knee, but as long as you stand back up, and I've been talking to Pat, and I said, Pat, I'm going to drive to Dallas. I want to show you something. And I had to come show him because I needed you to see it.
Dude, it's dope. It blew my mind, for sure. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah. So, guys, there's so much that's going to happen in Wholesaling Live. I'm just...
Break it down. Like, I show up on day one. Pat Hilton's on stage. He announces the first speaker. Then what happens? What's going down? Explain it.
What's going to happen? The first night you get there, it's going to be a mixer. So you're going to have access to network.
Nice.
But you got to get there early, guys. This is not the type of event you're going to be there late. What happens is we're most likely... I can't name his name just yet, but... Because you already know who it is, right? But he'll be the first one to come out.
I don't know anything.
He's big time. And he's going to tell you how he's doing deals, guys. The objective for every speaker is to come tell you how they're doing deals and hopefully how to get off the ground. Don't stay on the ground, guys. Sponsors will go up. They're not going to go up there to tell you their life story. They're going to tell you this is how this works.
Right.
And they're going to take our presentation and narrow it down to the nuts and bolts. What's going to happen is, at some point during the event, I don't like to disclose the time, we're going live. Everybody's going to get live leads. So if you come elite, you get the most expensive leads, which is the PPC, PPL, SEO leads. If you come VIP, you get the VA.
So the leads are included in your ticket price.
They're included.
Got it.
Depending on the ticket you get, it will determine whether you get PPC or PPL or SEO or VA leads or SMS leads. If you come general, guys, look, everybody who's come general has walked away from Wholesaling Live with a minimum of 5,000 to 10,000 leads. So you're going to get freshly skipped leads, and it's your job to, when you leave Wholesaling Live, you didn't get a deal, to hit that data. Use some of the systems that are from the sponsors that we're bringing forward, that you can use these systems to actually do the business, because we only bring sponsors to this event that will help you do these deals. But the beautiful thing about this is that this event is good for anybody, whether you're beginning, whether you're intermediate, or whether you're there to network and you're advanced. And the most important thing this year, I believe, is we have not only a spectacular lineup coming up, but we're going to be showing folks how you can use AI to do this business.
Yeah, and that's going to be key. And we talked about a couple people that I work with. Maybe we'll get them to be a part of the event too. I think that would be really neat. Yeah. Because there's ways to have AI agents like answer the phone, follow up, and all the way X, Y, and Z down the pipeline, so that anything that you get on the phone with is so highly qualified that deal is going to get closed based on your math and your whatever you call it, and your KPIs inside your business. It's a big word in real estate, KPIs. Well, I think people like to throw that one around, but you and I both know it does matter. And again, your conversion ratio, just because you have something under contract does not mean that deal is actually going to close and convert. We want to increase the percentage of deals that you get under contract to deals that actually go into your bank account.
And that a lot of times has to do with the type of data that you're targeting. So if you're targeting PPC or PPL inbound leads, that's really good. But if you're targeting cold data, you got to know what type of data you're going to target.
Right.
Because the beautiful thing, I'm going to go back to the AI thing. The beautiful thing about the AI, and I was talking to Pat about not only the ARI, that's what it's called. It's called ARI, Artificial Real Estate Intelligence. But there's another one that we created that I was telling you about. The beautiful thing about this is that we're testing it now. You can now take cold data, use AI to contact folks. And guys, you cannot make 1,000 calls a day, but Aria can. So imagine having a system that can make a bunch of SMS communications or email communications, because it does email also. And maybe you don't want to be full-time in the office. Maybe you don't want to be running a wholesaling operation. Maybe you want to work from home and you want to have a home operation. And now you get a ping on your phone saying, hey, you got a contact that just made an appointment. That's what we're trying to create with AI.
I'm big into the work from your home thing. And as I said before, when we first tuned on, this is where I learned these strategies of work from your house, build an environment that's productive for you, use it for your business. maximize your allowable, legal tax strategy, right?
Yeah.
And use it as a place to network and as a place to grow your business. Guys, there's just, you can outsource so much stuff like outbound human cold callers, AI agents, AI callers. All of those things can be working for you from right here on your phone if you know the right tools to use. And that's why I've always said it from day one that these entrepreneur communities and these entrepreneur events changed everything for me, because they gave me a stage and a platform to like be Pat when everybody else in the music industry said it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy you're going to be there, because I know you're going to get the crowd wired up.
Yeah, we're going to have fun.
I'm going to tell you something. Once we go live, guys, if you haven't seen some of the videos, go to the site. It's wholesalinglive.com. Wholesalinglive.com.
I linked it in the stream. So all you guys have to do is just go click the link in the stream, and you can go right to the website and get a ticket.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. Once we're live, you're going to see an entire event center, everything coordinated. Companies who have never worked together in the same room working together.
That's the cool thing about this community, is that everybody works together.
Everybody's working together. Imagine Props Room will be there. Motivated Sellers will be there. We have RI Print Mail going to be bringing in leads. We have 2 other PPC companies that haven't announced yet. They're going to be bringing in leads. All these sponsors that are coming, they're not just coming so you can walk to their table. They're coming to perform. They're coming to perform, Pat. And we're going to perform, and you're going to perform. This is an event where you come and you are the action. You are the event.
That's what I love about it. And again, I learned all this from you guys. Is the whole thing we do here, and the reason why we have this stage is to get people to sit right here and talk to the camera. People that felt like they didn't have a voice, they didn't matter, they're not good enough for the stage, they don't have enough followers, they don't make enough money. No, you do matter.
Yeah.
And your voice does matter. And now let's get your voice out there, and now let's get you some deals.
And you don't need a lot of followers, guys, to make money.
No, you don't.
You just need the right followers.
Exactly.
I think you've said that a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. You just need the right followers, guys. And I mean, I feel extremely privileged being here today, just to be honest with you.
I'm glad you're here, man. That's what this is for. And again, it's like I learned how to create this style of an environment by being around people like you.
Thank you.
Right?
Well,
because that's what you do.
Everybody in the industry. I know you know everybody.
It's an awesome industry, and it saved my life.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to share one more thing with you guys who are competitors. I think I talked to you about that.
Hey, real estate, it's cute. We all love to, tap each other on the back, but it's competitive, so let's get into it.
We're going to see who's who at Wholesaling Live.
Yep.
So not only have we had a championship where we bring up the best closers and you guys get to watch them go at it against each other, but this year we are inviting teams, and we encourage any individuals who have a team. We prefer 10 people on a team that can come from. We got somebody coming from San Diego, Tampa. We got some people coming from OKC. They're bringing their own teams. They will compete not only against each other, but against the audience. And whoever gets the most approved contracts, this is what I was going to tell you, the most approved contracts will win all the contracts. And what that means is we're going to not only have a dispo company, but a dispo team that will dispo all the properties. And those individuals will get to partake in all the assignments, up to 50% of the assignments. The objective is to do $1 million. So imagine that.
All right, so we want to do $1 million in fees, actual assignment fees?
We've done more, but we want to hit $1 million with the whole event center. We want to do $1 million.
I need my calculator. My teacher, when I was a kid, said you won't have your calculator in real life, Pat. She was wrong. All right, so if we want to do $1 million in assignment fees, what's the average deal size need to be?
Well, I mean, if we take the last 2 Wholesaling Lives, as a benchmark.
If it's $20,000, then it's 50 deals.
Well, some of the assignments last time were.
Did I do that right on
I
division?
think so. What do you got? Yeah. So some of the assignments last time, the last 2 Wholesaling Lives were very, very large. But what happened was we didn't really control all the deals. But this time we're going to control the deals. We want to make sure people get paid.
Yeah, we need to have a little clock system that says, hey, a leaderboard and all of that.
All the deals will go through one system.
Portal. Yeah.
And what will happen is that people who win, whether you're in the event competing against the teams, or if you're on a team that gets the most contracts,
right,
what's going to happen is that particular dispo team we're bringing in, which will be a top-tier dispo team,
yep,
will dispo all the deals. You'll be in direct contact with them, so that way you know that when you leave Wholesaling Live, if you won, you're going to make money.
Dude, that's so cool. And listen, folks, let this be a lesson to you. If you're going to attend any event, make sure that it's an event where you have an opportunity to work with the staff and with the team and the speakers and the MCs. Make sure that you're going to an event that's interactive. Yeah. Because I think that what we're seeing is a huge shift in the space where it's becoming less and less, I'm going to see speakers, and it's becoming more and more, I'm going there for a specific expertise to get tutored and have accountability and one-on-one interaction with the people that are getting results. And I think that this plays into people's advantage like you and me, because that's what we've done since day one. But now that's becoming the thing that people attend.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we're going to get hype. Yeah, we're going to freaking do crowd chanting. We're going to get loud. But once all the shimmery rah-rah stuff cools down, it's time to get to work.
It's time to get to work, guys. I'm going to tell you something. The last time at Wholesaling Live 2023, I'm not going to say it's going to happen this time, but we gave away a house.
Oh.
We gave away a house, an almost $200,000 house. That was in 2023.
Wow.
Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it. But if you ain't at Wholesaling Live in October, you might be missing out. Yeah,
you might be missing out. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Charles in the building on the Social Authority stage. And this, again, this concept of what I do is based on what I learned from people like you and people like Pace and, RJ and all the people in the real estate industry that created a platform for everyone to be included. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I never felt included anywhere else, dude. Everybody told me my shit was weird, or like, you play reggae, but play country, but play rock, and you can rap. Like, what are you? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you like?
Yeah.
What do you want 12 songs of? Give me the record deal. And I remember having a conversation in Hollywood. I don't know if I've ever told this. Get signed. And the guy was like, dude, you're just too good at too many different things. Yeah. And I was like,
what does that mean?
What, dude? What? So I don't get anything? And he was like, that's just like, we want stuff that like sounds the same on all 10 songs. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. I was like, it was like 2015 or 2016 or something. I'm like, dude, okay.
I want to surprise you with something.
Oh, me?
I have, and I want to play it at Wholesaling Live. The first time we met.
Oh, nice.
We met at Wholesaling Live.
I remember that in Houston. And my wife was pregnant with Annabelle, our 5-year-old. That was about a little over 5 years ago then.
On the drop of a dime, you put together a jingle for us.
Was it good?
It was really good.
All right.
I have a copy of it.
All right.
Yes.
Dude, yeah,
so
nice.
We'll play that there at Wholesaling Live.
I love it, man. And for the people that are getting into wholesaling, because I think wholesaling, it can get a bad rap because I think that when people that don't know how it works talk about it, it can be confusing for people. Can you explain just real quickly what wholesaling a house means, what the process is, and why this can change your life?
So wholesaling, the art of wholesaling can be very complicated if you really want to get in the weeds. But very simple what it is this. You're trying to find individuals that you can help out of a situation.
Yep.
We're trying to find folks who are either losing a property, didn't know they had a property, want to sell a property, they need to get rid of a property, and we want to make them an offer that's fair, right? But at a discounted rate. And then the second part of that, this is what we call acquisition. The second part of that is disposition. We want to find someone who was willing to purchase that property for a premium. So, for example, if we're offering $150,000 to Pat here on a property that's worth $300,000, but he needs $30,000 in rehab, and
I was liking that price at first.
If he agrees, and then I sell that to someone else, I sell the contract, not the house, but the contract rights to someone else. Let's say for $170,000, I just made $20,000. Yeah. I just made $20,000. Think about that, guys.
Not only did you make $20,000, but you've got someone who needs the cash more than they need the house. Mm-hmm. This is what you guys that don't that maybe have a jaded view of wholesaling have to understand the person needs the money more than they need the house.
Yep. That's true.
And we're giving them, we as an industry or a community or as an investor or whatever, I support this investment thesis because either those people go broke and they get kicked out and the government takes over that house, or a home buyer, local home buyer like you or Logan or Perry or one of these people comes in and essentially saves their butt by giving them cash. Because once you lose that to the government, the investor can't get it. They can't get it. The bank takes it over. Now, as a community, as the entrepreneur community, that opportunity is lost.
Not only that, sometimes folks have a bad taste of wholesaling. It's because you got some bad actors in the industry.
Well, of course,
but
they're in every industry.
Wholesaling is something that helps out the entire community.
Yep.
Because it puts people to work. Right? You get, for example, Home Depot, Lowe's. They get to sell their products, and now those people are going to sell to someone. You're using real estate agents to sell your properties. Then you have finance companies they're doing the financing on properties. You get a homeowner that gets to get an awesome property, and then the original individual who was possibly losing the home or didn't want the home, they got paid too. So it's a whole ecosystem that wholesaling brings to the table. And once you learn how to do this art, the beautiful thing about this wholesaling, guys, and from wholesaling you can morph to other stuff, which is we can go into.
I was going to say that, and that's why it's so important to know people like Pace.
Yep.
Because there's other ways and other exit strategies once you acquire a property that you can use, or even going into the acquisition phase.
Once you learn it, nobody can take it from you. You can take it anywhere. You can go anywhere in the United States, and maybe you lose everything. If I was to lose everything today, guys, if I lost everything that I had, and all I had was a phone, and even if I had to go get a prepaid phone, I'd probably put up some banner signs, right? Go knock on some doors, and get me a contract. Sell that contract if I had to on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and within a week or 2 weeks, I'd have me some money. It's not that difficult. Mm-hmm. It's just people don't get engaged, they don't get involved, and it's not that difficult. That's why we're doing Wholesaling Live. Wholesaling Live, if you're just starting out and you want to change, you're retiring, you want to do something different, or you haven't been able to get a deal, or your experience, you want to come network, you want to meet folks.
I think that's the most important part. Listen, even if you're an advanced entrepreneur or an advanced investor, like Logan Fulmer is way into the advanced phase now.
He is, yeah.
These guys like him or Nick or Pace, or whoever, they're taking time away from their operations and their businesses to be here because they know it's going to help their business and their operations anyway. I'm not just going to go to this event because I don't think I'm going to meet great people or reconnect with great people or get more deal flow. I know that's where the deals are going to be that weekend. That's why it's already on my calendar. So this is something that you guys need to be really cognizant of. I have a big-ass calendar in there, a Jesse Itzler big-ass calendar, and I mark off weekends and block it off for the whole year because I have to now, because I need to make sure I'm in rooms that are a priority, not just to me, but the industry that I'm in.
That's true. And guys, the individuals you mentioned and other ones that are coming, that's exactly true, guys. They're there to come to be with you, to share their message. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I know Nick for a long time. Mm-hmm. He's such a giving guy. Yeah. I asked him, I texted him, he said, I got you. Yeah. I want to be there.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's coming out of he's traveling the world right now. I think he's in Australia.
Dude, he was just in some like ice hut, freaking Antarctica.
He's traveling the world, but here he is in October. He'll be in San Antonio at Wholesaling Live to come tell you guys, give his message to you guys, give you game. For all of you guys who are maybe thinking like, man, I can't do this, bro. We've all been there. We've all been there. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, listen, the second that you are thinking that, this is a good lesson because you and I have both been in that situation. The second that you've put in a ton of work, and maybe you've even, gone up a lot, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I can't do this. I encourage you to look back a few years and see how far you've actually come at the point where you're like, oh man, this is so hard. I'm at my breaking point. The reason why you're probably at a breaking point is because you've made so much progress that your standard is now so much higher compared to what it was that you feel like you're failing when in reality that's actually a growth phase that you're in, and it can be very difficult to accept that this is the new foundation for where I'm going.
I try to say that to people all the time. Like
you're at a new foundational level, man. You used to be at a 2 and now you're at a 6 and you're trying to get to a 10. Don't go back to the 2. Okay? It's hard because you're freaking growing.
Exactly. And someone said this to me. I'm going to tell you who it is. You know Robert Allen?
Yeah, I know Robert Allen.
So,
he's been in the game a long time. He's good.
A long time. And he told me something in 2024.
Yep.
I saw him in Houston. And I was speaking at this event, and I was going through that thing, where my company has split, and I was trying to make decisions. And he said to me, guys, I'm going to tell you this, and remember this, so powerful. He said, I'm going to tell you something you already know, and something that you do. Sometimes people have to learn it. Sometimes people have inside of them. He said, Charles, pain is good. Pain is good. And he said, without pain, there's no testimony. And without testimony, you can't move forward. And I thought about that, and I said, it just changed my whole mindset. Boom. Like right there. Yeah. I said, I got this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sometimes you think that you're failing or you're running into a wall, and really all you are realizing is that you've come so far, you're growing so much, and your next breakthrough is right around the corner. There's that old, and again, we give gurus trouble, but the only reason why we say some stuff is because guruisms, the foundational elements, are so true. How many of you have seen the meme where like the guy digs and digs? There's 2 levels. Yep. There's the guy who digs and digs and digs and quits and turns around. And then there's the guy who digs and digs and doesn't stop, and he gets to the treasure. And if that guy wouldn't have stopped, he would have found the treasure too, but he stopped just a little bit too soon. When you're feeling that friction, that means that you are on the verge of a breakthrough.
You're close, man.
I mean, if you guys think that committing to this house and building a stage in the living room and a podcast station upstairs, he just walked the whole second floor is my company offices, essentially.
It's beautiful, too.
It's dope. Yeah. But I remember talking to Tim, my buddy Tim Harridge, before I committed to this joint, and he was like, dude, you have to do this. This is the new level for you. You are committing to a new version of yourself, and this investment is part of that thesis. You guys got to understand, when you invest in yourself and you invest in being in the right rooms and you get around the right people, they're going to force you to think at a higher standard. And so when you sit at home and you don't participate, you miss out on those opportunities.
Not only that, like with this home that you took on, you told me the story, it's like you're investing in yourself, and now like you got to step up.
Yeah.
There's no comfort zone.
No.
Because if you're comfortable in what you're doing, maybe you made a lot of money and you're comfortable, that's fine, great for you. But if you're not where you want to be and you're comfortable, that means you can do better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always believe in that. I always believe like, hey man, I'm always on. I've wanted to quit many times, trust me. And it's scary sometimes. It's very scary sometimes. You're like, man, I got to go do something else. But if you just stay the course.
Right. Every
day builds on itself. Every day builds on itself. And then you wake up one day, you're like, wow, I can't believe I did all this.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is because, and I even, when we first met and started hanging out, I didn't even have a car. My license was still suspended from California. I was serving a 5-year probation period for drinking. It's embarrassing to tell that story, but it's the truth. I've been sober. I mean, we're going on damn near 8 years now. Yeah. And I got this beautiful car in the garage. My kids are happy and stuff. And I get to do this on my own terms.
It's an awesome Porsche.
It is a nice Porsche. Yeah. And it's cool because I learned this all from being a part of this group. Use the house. The house can be an asset if you use it the correct way. And the fact that we can sit here in my living room and have this conversation, my little daughter Annabelle just walked in the door. My wife was pregnant with Annabelle when you met us at that other event.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's like if I didn't perform at that event, we weren't going to be able to pay the rent that month.
Yeah, and it was no fear also.
We had to be there. I mean, and real estate gave me that opportunity. The community put me on when no one else would.
Yeah.
That's a testament to the entire community, in my opinion.
It is. And you've carved
it
out
changed
your name.
everything for me.
I see that.
So let's talk to the people one more time. Wholesaling Live, it's going down in October, San Antonio. The ticket link is in the live. You just click the link, grab a ticket. My family is here, and this is just proof that if you follow the people in this community and you do what they say, you can live your dream. You can own a beautiful home. You can use it for your business. You can run your company mobile. You can do it however you want to do it. Your dreams are possible. I am a testament to that. I am a product of this industry. Whether I'm a full-blown investor or not doesn't matter. I use a lot of these people's investment theses within my social media company to use my home for my office, use my home to do events, and look at what it's provided us today. I mean, this is so fun.
I'm here in this home, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful home. And I love that Porsche you have outside.
That's dope, huh?
It is. Guys, I want to give everybody a promo code if you want to come to Wholesaling Live.
Oh.
This promo code will be good for...
All right, let me type it into the comments. Hit them with it.
It's going to be WSL 2025. So W.
I got it in there. WSL 2025.
Yeah, that'll
so
get
click
you...
the link. Click the link in the stream, wholesalinglive.com. Go to the link, buy some tickets, buy one for your friend, buy one for your business partner, buy one for your spouse. Show up and network and meet people. I mean, there's absolutely no way that if people show up in this room, come introduce yourself to me and Charles. There's no way if you take the action and you meet the people that are a part of this event that you won't get deals.
Not only that,
it's almost impossible.
Everybody's going to walk away with leads, guys. You're going to walk away with more leads in monetary value than the ticket that you're going to purchase to come to Wholesaling Live. And I'll leave it with this. We'll land it with this. Anybody who wants to come compete with a team at Wholesaling Live, we'd like to have at least 10 per team. If you will DM me directly, we'll give you a special promo code so you can bring your team. And that means you're going to compete against the entire event.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get competitive. Yeah. Don't get it confused, okay? Real estate is competitive. And the only reason why, or the main reason why that's important is because, listen, dude, in the real world, you're competing with X amount of people to get a deal done. That's just life. You need to learn in a competitive environment around people that have been doing this for many years. Nick Perry, when it comes to it's PPC, right? PPC. Yeah. When it comes to PPC, dude, that guy's got it dialed in. He's had it dialed in for years. He loves that marketing channel. Who else are you going to talk to that runs that marketing channel as good or better than Nick? I think he's the example in that category.
Bro, this is so crazy. I can't announce the other speakers yet, but imagine this. Nick Perry, PPC master, Logan Fulmer, creative title master. Mm-hmm. This guy closes deals no one else can
Logan
close.
Fulmer is the most criminally underrated person in the real estate space right now.
Not for long, I don't think.
I don't think it's going to last much longer now.
Yeah, I think he'll be one of the top
He's
ones.
one of those guys, and I think I told him this, he's getting so big on his own that it's we got to be careful putting this guy in the octagon. He might knock somebody out. We don't want him knocking out our top guy.
Well, I've known him for a long time. And
he's good.
He's a class act.
Yeah, he's good. I love Logan.
Yeah.
But you guys, you get around people like this that are doing the deals that you want to do, and literally, and again, it's another guruism. You're the result of the 5 people you surround yourself with, blah, blah. Dude, that is so freaking true. I don't know that there's another statement that's truer than that. Yeah. You get around people that are good at speaking, good at executing, good at putting their stuff out there, closing deals. They're fast on the phones. They're authentic. They're blowing through. Give me 100 no's. Boom, 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 boom. 101 is the yes that I needed. These are the kinds of people you have to have in your corner.
There's going to be another guy I can say will be there.
Who?
I'm not announcing all the other speakers yet. There's going to be
I'm pulling him out of him now.
There's another guy.
Who?
His name is Uncle Charles.
Uncle Charles.
I'll be there.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets. Wholesaling Live. It's going down in San Diego the 17th and 18th of October.
San Antonio, sorry.
San Antonio. What did I say?
San Diego.
I'm so used to I lived there for a while. San Antonio, Texas. It's going down. You want to be a part of it. We want you to be there. Social Authority will be in the building, certified. It's Uncle Charles, live on the stage at the Content Hub of Dallas. Get your tickets for the event in San Antonio now, and we'll see you on the next one.
That was fantastic.
Boom.